What's going on, everybody? Kennybombx is in the building, and a new ringside report just dropped, which means we got big news for WWE 2K25. So let's talk about it. But first, I gotta let y'all know that I will be giving away 4 copies of WWE 2K25. All you gotta do is drop a like on this video and smash that subscribe button if you have not already. Because next Thursday, March 6th, I will be doing a live stream. And during that live stream, we will be picking our 4 winners. Now let's get into it.
Run, boy, they coming now.
Alright, so this ringside report focuses on My Rise and a match type that should have made a big splash in WWE 2K24, but due to some match limitations and the online servers, it didn't shine as bright as it could, but 2K25 could be the year things change. Let's go ahead and start off with My Rise. So this year's story, dubbed My Rise Immunity, revolves around the hostile takeover of NXT by a group of superstars looking to make shockwaves all across WWE. The takeover quickly infiltrates Raw and SmackDown, leading to a power struggle with the future of the industry at stake. Where the story goes from there depends on your custom superstars' decisions. So this sounds like a pretty standard WWE story if you ask me. Kinda takes me back to the days when the Nexus invaded Raw and completely obliterated John Cena and the Raw arena. So we'll see where we land with this story, but I think overall it sounds fine. But I do love the fact that where the story goes ultimately depends on our created character. We may have the option to save the day, we may have the option to stay out of it, or we may have the option to join these heathens at the end of the day and take down WWE once and for all. Multiple storylines, multiple endings, and branching paths is a lot to keep people engaged with this mode, and it does add a lot of replay value. Let's just hope the stuff in the middle isn't so grueling that it takes us out of it this time. But let's move on to the next section where we get a few more good key points about this mode. But first, big shouts out to DDP. My mans went from a DLC edition to being in the main story of My Rise, so big shouts out to him. But My Rise now has 3 combined save slots for men and women's division characters. Why not 4? Why not give us spots for 2 men and 2 women? I'll only use 1, but I just don't see why they went with 3 instead of 4. Once you complete a full playthrough, you have the option to replay My Rise on the same save slot to experience the story again with your custom character and overalls carrying over, or start again with a new save slot. Now, because this mode has multiple storylines and they have confirmed multiple endings as well, this is something I'm really glad to see in the game this year, because if you want to get all of those storylines, you don't have to start over from scratch and grind your character up again just to get another story and then go right behind it and do that again. Now you can start over with the same overalls and just run through the story, I'm pretty sure, because you will be OP after running through it a few times. And that's where the beauty of the option comes into play, because I'm sure I'll get some people in the comment section saying, well, I like to start fresh every time and I want to level up another character. I want to go through one time as a male and I want to go through one time as a female superstar. Well, that's where the multiple save slots come into play. Again, for me, I can barely get through these modes one time, so if I do like the story and I want to play through it to get the other outcomes, I'd rather use my same superstar instead of having to start over. So hey, it's something in here that will work for everybody. But let's go ahead and move on to the next piece of this, and I think this is an important piece. Now, I used to be a very big creator wrestler guy. I used to go on game FAQs and pull up different formulas to create Spider-Man, Batman, Venom, whoever. But these days, there's just too many settings in creator wrestler. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing, because that's actually a great thing. I'll get in there and create 1 wrestler every year, and then I'm satisfied. After that, I'm hitting up community creations and downloading whoever I need. And that's where we see a big positive on this next part. Importing and exporting characters is still available for both men's and women's division characters to and from the main game. Now, you gotta pay close attention to this next part. This is separate from the My Superstar, which is exclusive to the island. So if you want to download a created wrestler from Community Creations, you can, and you can use that wrestler in My Rise, but you will not be able to take anybody from Community Creations onto the island. So as I stated earlier, I like to create one wrestler every year, so I don't mind. This kind of works out perfectly for me. I can download Swerve Strickland or Hangman Page and take them through my rise, but I can't take my AEW boys on the island because I sure can't create them myself. Pros and cons of the island, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm sure we will find more. As we saw in the My Rise video when it dropped on IGN, some hairstyles will actually be locked to the island. You will have to play the island to get those unlocked. Will we need actual money to do so? We'll find out next week. But they end off here with another new feature we found out about in the IGN video. This year, we are also excited to give players the option to create casual attire for their characters, which will show up in story moments, such as promos or non-arena settings. Now, this is something we should have had a long time ago. I mean, we got our ring attire, we got our entrance attire. I think there should have been a backstage attire if you're going to do this My Rise mode, but hey, better late than never, right? Glad to see they got it in. Now, this next part is what really gets me excited about My Rise this year because, as I always tell y'all, the story mode in these games is really what's always the most important to me. I just hate the things they use to pad it to make it longer, but this sounds like it will be very much enjoyable. So after you choose whether you want to begin My Rise as a part of the men's or women's division, you will have the option to choose from one of 3 personalities. Now, I kind of misunderstood this in that IGN video. I thought in every situation you get to choose how you want to respond, whether that be in a bold and brash way, a comedic and fun way, or a scheming and calculated way, but it turns out whatever choice you pick is the personality your character will have moving forward. And for me, I think I'm going to start off with bold and brash because I like to have a big, intimidating character. Now, this is very important because if you only plan on playing this mode one time, then you want to pick that personality that interests you the most because it's going to determine a lot. The report continues. The personality type you choose not only colors the way your characters act and respond to the world around them, but it affects what stories you have available to you. After all, a bold and brash superstar like Becky Lynch, maybe we won't go bold and brash, might approach a situation entirely different than a scheming and calculated character like Seth Rollins. Maybe we go scheming and calculated instead, I don't know yet. Your decisions will take you down distinct branches or pathways with characters, arenas, entrances, and more that you can unlock, so it's worth playing multiple times to get the most out of My Rise immunity. Listen, I really want to praise this mode because the stuff they're doing with the story sounds absolutely amazing. But I know what's in there. And I know it has the potential to ruin the whole experience as it has the last few years, so we'll see. Maybe I should just play it during a live stream. I think that'll help me stay engaged and push past that stupid backstage stuff they put in there. But they're also adding ally storylines and live events. Now with ally storylines, that's where we won't be playing as our created wrestler. Instead, we'll be able to play as some of the WWE superstars. Some they name here: Drew McIntyre, Jey Uso, Cody Rhodes, and Rhea Ripley. If we move down a bit more, Rhea looks great there. They're confirming that there will be multiple endings, but they didn't give us too much spoilers here, thankfully so. But they're also adding additional live events. Now, this is more side content that they're using to pad out the mode and make the experience longer, and you're going to have to play them, because here they say you can get unlockable superstars, My Faction cards, and original My Rise characters that have been in high demand. I have actually seen some of you guys asking to unlock those characters, so if you want them, you do have to play My Rise, and you do have to complete these live events. And last but most certainly not least, we got a huge update to special guest referee matches. A match type that was added back in WWE 2K24, but it was very limited. Let's see what's been updated this time. In WWE 2K25, while we introduced 2 new match types, Bloodline Rules and Underground, 2 matches I don't think anybody asked for. I saw more people asking for Iron Survivor and Buried Alive matches, so where did these 2 come from? Plus 2 new brawl environments, which look really good. We also expanded match type support for special guest referee. In WWE 2K24, we introduced the match type, but it was only playable in 1v1 matches. In WWE 2K25, we have greatly, and I don't think that's an overstatement, they have greatly increased the number of match type it supports. And as y'all can see here, this is a very long list of match types that you can actually do special guest referee matches with. If you couldn't see it on your screen, it's almost everything. So big improvements to the special guest referee match, and an even bigger improvement would be if these servers actually hold up like they say they would. I think the special guest referee matches will be a lot more fun online. So what do y'all think about My Rise as a whole, and are you happy about this update to special guest referee matches? Let me know in the comment section, but don't forget to drop a like on this video and smash that subscribe button if you have not already. Next week, early release. Let's get to that.